You can find me at Aaron Hill TV, V at Aaron Hill TV, V at Aaron Hill TV, V at Aaron Hill TV, .TV on IG.
5 best carpal tunnel syndrome stretches and exercises. Ask Dr. Joe. This is a reaction video, and basically I did a video earlier talking about ways to prevent it, and I wanted to look up some stretches and just kind of do some first-hand reactions and get used to them, do them, apply them, etc. If you're watching this on Facebook Live, then when you watch this video afterwards, you're going to see the video that I'm watching in the video. So look out for that on my channel, Aaron Hill TV on YouTube. Let's get into it. Here we go.
Hey everybody, it's Dr. Joe and the pups, and today we're going to show you the top 5 stretches and exercises for carpal tunnel syndrome. So let's get started!
Nice dogs.
Disclaimer alert.
This is not a medical advice video,
basically. More of a warm-up. So just make a fist with both hands. Most of the time it's usually in both hands. If it's not, it's still pretty good to do both. And once you make a fist, you can keep your elbows bent. If you want to put them straight out, you can. But this is more of a warm-up, so I usually keep them bent. And just bend them down as far as you comfortably can, and then up as far as you comfortably can. So almost like you're revving a motorcycle up, but just a kind of a continuous stretch back and forth. So this is a little bit more just getting it as a warm-up instead of a full stretch, but you'll feel that stretch in there. So I would say maybe 10 each way, but just going up and down, just kind of getting those wrists moving. I
can start to feel that loosen up.
Got that carpal tunnel syndrome in there, where that numbness is coming down into your hands, and you feel it in your fingers and in your hands. That's a good way to kind of warm it up.
So like riding a motorcycle.
You're going to turn your hands up this way where your thumbs are on top.
Like you're holding a steering wheel.
You're going to go into radial and ulnar deviation, so just up and down. So same thing, this is really just to kind of get that wrist loosened up. It's kind of a continuous motion going up and down. You don't have to go super fast, you don't have to go super slow, just kind of a continuous motion just to get everything nice and loosened up in there. And again, that that carpal tunnel
builds
right
your shoulders
here.
too from holding your arms up so much.
Comes down through there is the one that usually gets compressed and giving you that nerve pain. So if you're having nerve pain up here and even up into your neck, that's not carpal tunnel syndrome. That's something coming from your neck or your shoulder.
So I haven't had that, fortunately.
Sometimes it radiates a little bit this way, but it's not going to radiate all the way up into your shoulder if it's just carpal tunnel syndrome. So then the next ones are going into a full stretch. So this is going to be for your wrist flexors.
Okay, so I like the way that this is going so far, and my internet slowed down on me. I started feeling it like here in my forearm. I haven't felt it up here, and I don't even know if I have carpal tunnel. But what I wanted to do was to basically do some exercises to even be more on the side of preventative maintenance, if I could. So
sometimes it radiates a little bit this way, but it's not going to radiate all the way up. This time you're going to put your arms straight out. You can do kind of a modified version, and then you can do it a little bit more. So you're going to kind of come up into a stop sign position like this. This is the bigger stretch here. If you don't want quite as much of a stretch, you can start off with your fist.
So you can do your fist, or either you can do your hands fully up. This is wild. So actually, this is
Ask. You want a little bit more of a stretch under
Dr. Joe.
For those wrist flexors, then put your hands up into that stop sign position. If you need even more of a stretch, or you can go up against a wall and put a stretch in there. But this one's a full stretch, so you want to hold that stretch for 30 seconds, and you want to do that 3 times. What I like to do is alternate back and forth between your wrist flexors and your wrist extensors. So instead of doing all 3 at one time, now you're going to come down, but it's going to change. So if your fingers are straight out, you're just going to have a little bit of a stretch on those extensors up there. But if you want more of a stretch, curl them in, and you'll really feel that stretch through there. And then if you still need more of a stretch, you can either push
down
on each side, or take your hands and kind of push them up against the wall.
That's what I
Just
kind
get
of
some
need
more
on
pressure
this.
in there. So again,
right
30
arm.
seconds,
Pushing it
3
down.
this way. So if you just alternate back and forth, it'd be a total of 6 times, 3 each way for that 30 seconds. So that really gets it nice and loosened up. Then the next one is going to be a prayer stretch. That really stretches into that carpal tunnel area. So what I like to do is put my palms together to start off with my elbows kind of close together. And then keeping your palms
Notch this
together,
out as my.
bring your elbows out and your hands down. So it kind of looks like you're going into a prayer, but you really want to push those elbows out.
Namaste
You're going to
position.
get a really, really good stretch.
Notch that out and make
Now
that
this
the
going all
thumbnail.
the way down, if you have carpal tunnel syndrome, might be just a little bit too much. So bring it up a little bit if
That
you need
makes
to.
sense.
That stretching, you want it to be tension. You want to be that good hurt so good feeling, but you don't want to just be.
So I
pain.
can feel it moving up
You
my
might
arms.
get some of that numbness, tingly feeling in your fingers when you're doing this because
I
you're
do feel
putting
how it's
that compression on
stretching
that nerve.
through.
So as long as if you let it up, it goes away, that's fine. But if you're stretching and you feel it and you let it up and it's still getting that numbness and tingling, you might be doing a little bit too much. But this is another one where you're holding it for that 30 seconds and then you're doing that 3 times. So really just getting that good stretch. If you need to take a break in between and
So
shake it
relaxing
out.
for
Again, if
about
it's a little numb,
10 seconds.
but then it kind of goes away. If you move it a little bit, that's fine. But
going
if it
back.
stays numb, that's when you probably really need to check in with a doctor or a physical therapist because it might be something else. It might be coming from your neck, your shoulder, your elbow, or your wrist. So that's why it's really important to find out exactly what's causing it first. So the next one is going to be for your pecs to stretch out those, because even though this is the carpal tunnel syndrome, that whole chain goes all the way down. So sometimes those tight pec muscles in there do cause that numbness and tingling. So if you're not quite
I never
100% sure,
never would have known
doing
that.
a pec stretch is really good, stretching out that chest area. And an easy one to do while you're sitting down is just take your hands and clasp them behind you. And so basically what you're going to do is you're going to push down and out and then just push your chest forward as you stretch. And you should really feel that stretch right through there. So again, if you feel a little bit of numbness and tingling while you're doing
Yeah, I
it,
definitely.
it's okay.
Feel that
as
stretch
long
in
as
the
once
chest.
you
It
let
feels
go,
good,
that
actually.
numbness and tingling goes away. But if it continues after you hold that stretch, don't keep doing it because that might be something else going on that you really need to get checked out. So pushing down and out and then pushing your chest out. And
That feels
forward
really
again.
good, actually.
Holding that for 30 seconds, doing that 3 times. So then another good one to stretch is your anterior scalene muscles in front. And again, if these are tight, a lot of times it will pull up in this area and put pressure on the nerves going
That's
out
why I like
this way.
stretching so
sometimes
much
it's like a thoracic
these
outlet
days.
syndrome, pushing on the brachial plexus, something like that, where you're having that numbness and tingling in your hands that you might think it's carpal tunnel syndrome, but it might not be. So another great stretch to do is to stretch out those anterior scalene muscles. So what I like to do is just kind of place my hand on my collarbone here. That just helps kind of hold it down to get a little stretch, and turn your head the opposite way. So if I'm stretching this side, and then bring that ear up towards the ceiling. So I'm stretching right through that area right there, and I get a nice good
definitely feel
stretch.
that.
I feel it. Again,
Wow,
it should be
I've never
super
done that
comfortable, not painful. Holding that for 30 seconds, and then I would actually do each side. Even if, again, you're only really feeling it on one side, I'd stretch out both sides just to get everything nice and loosened up. So again, 30 seconds, 3 times on
Yeah,
each
I've never
side.
stretched this before, but I
Holding
definitely
the
feel it.
collarbone or that clavicle, turning away, and then looking up, pointing that ear towards the ceiling. So there you have it. Those were your top 5 stretches and exercises for carpal tunnel syndrome. If you'd like to help support my channel, find out how by clicking up here. And don't forget to subscribe by clicking down here. And remember, be safe, have fun, and I hope you feel better soon.
Cute dogs. So yeah, I think that was a really helpful video, and I'm actually looking forward to doing those on a regular basis. You know, again, I don't think I have carpal tunnel, but I did start to feel like something like around there today, and just like doing a lot. But I realized, you know, I do a lot of piano playing, typing, as well as typing on my phone. So my goal is to incorporate these exercises, and yeah, anything else that I learn, I shall bring to you as well. So I hope you all enjoyed that. Definitely go check out her channel. Her channel, once again, is Ask Dr. Joe,
Hey,
and that's JO. tell her that Aaron Hill from Aaron Hill TV sent you, and show her some love. So that's really about it. So I hope that was helpful, and I definitely learned something. I hope that you did too.
Yeah. So to help me to make more content like this, please see the info in the description or comments. And thanks so much for watching. And if we're not already connected on all my other homes, the Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, etc., where you can find me at Aaron Hill TV, V at Aaron Hill TV, V at Aaron Hill TV, V at Aaron Hill TV, .TV on IG.